Yeah, this is pretty ridiculous. This is pretty outrageous, if you ask me. So we were in a trade on GBP NZD, right? On the daily chart, we sold here at the resistance. I called this in my free Telegram channel, link in the description and in the pinned comment. So everything started to work out last night. Everything was so nice. Everything was so sweet and sexy, right? We had a little resistance here, and then price was bouncing here at this weekly zone. We went down to a lot of profit. Look at how much profit I was in. Posted this in the free Telegram last night, or I guess this morning or last night. But last night it was going into a ton of profit, right? Just rocketing into profit. And it was halfway to the profit target. I've risked $200,000 on this. The profit target set around $200,000. So this was in $100,000 profit right now. And then the other ones I had closed at small losses, the other GBP pairs. But basically what's happened now is price has recovered all of that profit, come back to the entries, which are sitting right here at the zone. And then now we've come back a little bit and it looks like we're trying to bounce and go up. So a couple things here. Now, the first thing for the management decision, there's two ways that I think are viable to manage this. Number one, just hold the trade. I think it's still fine. It's not breaking the resistance zone. It still looks fine if you go to the weekly chart. So there's the daily chart right there, and here's the weekly. Still looks fine to me. I mean, this could take another week or two to play out. Normally it doesn't. Normally it takes a couple days or like a week or less. But it's the first thing is hold the trade. Second thing we can do is we can close the trade now, wait for session changeover to happen, wait for potentially a better price to re-enter the same trade, but with better risk structure, having not paid the swaps for the session changeover, and then try to be off to the races then. And you run the risk of price going into profit and bouncing away at the weekly zone without you in it, if that's the case. Also, it's 3:24 p.m. right now here in Texas, Central Standard Time. Market closes for Asian session changeover here on Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. It closes in about 30 minutes. So if I were to close this trade now, there's a bunch of my clients who, for those of you who are in the Nix Trades group, where I share all my live trades and stuff in here, there's going to be those of you who aren't able to actually see me share this. Like the last update was when it was halfway to the profit target, but you're not going to be able to see me share that because of your time zone. So I think I'm going to just probably hold it. I'm not going to close it or do anything like that right before the same session changeover. I'm just going to be holding this one. It looks good. I mean, it really looks fine. I'm not going to be adding just because we're going to be getting triple swap fees today. It's Wednesday. So the swap fees on this are going to be quite a lot. Honestly, if it were just me and I didn't run a group where I literally shared all my trades live every single day, I would probably just be closing this now, waiting for session changeover spreads to calm down and then re-enter, just because Wednesday you get triple swap fees. And look how many lots I'm in on this one. It's kind of a heavy position, right? So 70 lots and then another 70 for those first two entries. So yeah, I don't know, 140 standard lots. I'm going to be paying some swaps and commissions here in just a little bit, but still looks fine from a technical perspective. We're going to have to see what actually ends up playing out as price begins to develop. I don't think any of these little smaller time frame zones are that important. I just think that here at the daily zone, we're still likely to drop, so I'm going to be waiting. Now, whenever we go to GBP JPY, we see that price has in fact broken past this zone. So I called a closure on this zone on Monday. Just for context, it's the Wednesday candle. The previous one yesterday was Tuesdays, and the one before that is Monday. That is where I called a closure on this. Okay, so if you go back here, for those of you in the Discord server where I show all my trades live, I shared that I was going to be exiting it here. And here it is. There's the closed position. So I said I'm going to close out on GBP CAD and GBP JPY here at small loss. So these were like, I think, $50,000 to $100,000 risk. A GBP CAD was 100,000. I closed that at 22K. So I lost 20% of the stop loss, right? So I lost 20K instead of 100K. And GJ was basically around the entry. It was like negative 4K, right? So I lost 4% of the stop, or maybe it was 50K. In this case, I lost like 10% of the stop loss, but very small managed losses. And then I held GBP NZD, and then I added my other positions to be able to increase the position sizing on it. So that's that. So I've still grown the account, from like $350,000, and then I had grown it, what's this, $627,000, then to pay the swaps and commissions. So the account is still sitting pretty nicely over the past 7 months of rolling P&L trading history. And then it was looking even better last night when we had the GBP NZD trade go into profit. But now we're kind of sitting here in no man's land waiting for things to play out. I'm happy I got out of this one. This one did end up continuing higher. So GBP JPY no longer viable for sells at this point. It's just broken above the zone. GBP CAD, I closed on Monday as well, as you saw there in the Discord. So here's today's Wednesday candle. This is Tuesday, and then this one right here, that's where I closed, right? So I closed a little bit higher than current market price. we might see price continue to rip up on that one. And if that happens, GBP NZD is going to probably be trying to go for another rip a little bit further into this zone as well. I really hope that doesn't happen. I'm in pretty heavily on this one. So it's going to be a loss. It's going to be maybe a 50 to a 75K loss, I would estimate, if that happens. And if we start pushing up above this zone, I really hope it doesn't. But, hope is not a strategy in trading. We have to trade based on the risk structure and risk parameters and risk tolerance. So I'm just going to wait, see how it plays out. The rest of this pair is nothing I was really set up. We've got AUD USD almost here into the zone, but really being hesitant about getting there and deep into the support zone. I'll be looking to buy as soon as we get there. USD CHF getting a little bit hesitant to pushing deeper into the resistance zone, finding a little bit of resistance today. In fact, here with this daily candle where we pushed back into the zone, started to fall again. I made, it was like, what, 100 grand, 106, 108 grand on this 2 weeks ago when I was on my trip to Colorado. I was sitting in Aspen. I was trading, drinking my coffee in the morning in Aspen, and I watched this go to the profit target. Or not to the profit target, but it went almost to the profit target, and I closed it because I'd added to it. And that was a very nice trade. Looks like it ended up going even further as well. So this USD CHF position was pretty darn sexy. Yeah, but now she's come back into the zone. I'm actually looking to take this again. I would like to. I just need it to come back up here to this resistance zone. This would mean it would get just past the previous high, which would scare the shit out of a lot of people. Past all these highs, and then all the way up to this previous most extreme high where resistance was formed at the zone. And then before that, we had basically support twice before a break below. So I'm waiting for it to get up here. You can see where my exact alert is right here, 0.81528. So that way, in case you're following my trades based off my analysis here in the YouTube channel, or the free analysis in the Telegram channel, or my exact trades in the Discord server, you know where my alert is. It's right there. There we go, 0.81528 here on USD CHF. So we're going to see where she goes. I will be looking to sell if we can get that to set up. Looks like a very nice position. CHF JPY, nothing. She's far from the support zone. Euro GBP, I thought we'd have a little tug back around to get short on this, but it has not. It's continued to the downside this week. So no trading opportunities and none setting up soon. Some of you might call this a support level. I think it's a bit too sloppy for my liking. We slash through it here, and then we slash through it again here. I don't know. It just didn't look like something I want to get involved in. So I'm going to be waiting. Just going to be waiting patiently. AUD Canadian dollar, still waiting to see if she has the temperament and the tenacity and the energy and the motivation, the inspiration and the drive. Going to see if she has the drive to get up here into this resistance zone so that way we can sell. It's just below the 1.0 mark. It's 99799, so 0.99799. That's where I'm waiting. It's just the previous high here on the weekly chart. The price is up there before. It had a nice little drop. Of course, that was 5 years ago. But still, it's a nice clear resistance zone. So we could just be dropping from here, or we might be going back up and getting an entry, at which point we'll then either break the zone, invalidate the trade, take a little bit of a loss, and then if it bounces, then we'll make a nice little big profit. A nice little big profit. We'll make a nice big profit. That's what will happen. GBP USD, nothing for now. Euro AUD, nothing. Waiting on price to get one of these zones. USD Canadian dollar, she looks like she might be coming back to this resistance zone. I told you guys in the previous video, and I think multiple previous videos, I'm probably not going to take that. Doesn't look decent to me. That looked like a good sell when price got there, but then price just pushed up on the weekly, closed above. So, it is what it is. It was a trade that did not work, but, now we might be bouncing here and going up. I don't know. I'm not going to be involved with this one. This one looks like too much of a pain in the ass. AUD JPY, if we can push up here into this zone, I'll be looking to sell as usual, as we've been waiting for the past few weeks. USD JPY, nothing on her. She's just in no man's land, broken above all the recent highs, and looks like she's just straight up going up. NZD USD, nothing. Euro JPY, nothing. NZD JPY, nothing. Euro USD, nothing. CAD JPY, nothing. Euro CAD, nothing. GBP AUD, nothing. I was looking to take these, but I was already in GBP JPY and GBP CAD and GBP NZD at this time. Now that I'm in about $200,000 risk on GBP NZD, which was I took the risk for my 3 trades, so GJ, GN, and GCAD. I took the risk from all those trades, and then I combined them all into one trade to participate in the trading opportunity, but without being spread out among too many correlated assets. I'm okay with the risk. Okay. This fits my risk tolerance, and I think it's a high quality trading opportunity. And realistically, if it doesn't work out, right, like I said, I'll lose maybe 50 to 75K, perhaps 100K worst case scenario, which would be halfway to the stop loss. I can live with that, especially given the profit potential on this trade, especially given the fact that just last night in a couple hours, it went to $100,000 of profit halfway to the profit target. That's pretty good. I mean, I've got high hopes for this, but like I said, hope is not a strategy. So we just need to see what plays out. All she has to do is just have a little bit more of a tug away from the zone, knock out the little recent lows here, and then somewhere down in here is my profit target. So maybe we'll get that met. Maybe we won't. We'll have to see what happens. There it is, GBP NZD. This is on the 1 hour though. This is before we had the big move down into profit. It was this right here. So let's just actually see where the take profit is. Here's here's the weekly chart. So you can see it literally came into resistance, bounced away, was having a nice big wick there. Oof, it would have been so cool if we had closed this week with that kind of a wick, because then we'd probably have a quick move down there to the profit target within a couple days. Yeah, we were halfway there. So I mean, we'll have to see where she goes. Profit target sits. Where does the profit target sit? Like what? Like here? Right there. Like it's not far. Yeah, it's not far at all. That is like pretty close. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I have very nice, happy thoughts about her. Looking at Solana real quick. Solana broke above the recent highs for the past few days. And then we came back here to test this little support zone. So we're going to see what happens here in Solana. Things are looking like pretty good, like so far. I mean, I've been saying that for like 6 months on crypto as we've been going down. I've been saying, yeah, things look pretty good, bro. But I'm still holding my position in Solana. I haven't done anything. I've just continued to hold. So we will see which direction she goes. If she starts bouncing here, that would be pretty nice. Yeah, so I'm waiting for that on Solana. We'll have to see what happens though. Well, that's it. That's all I got for you today. I will see you guys in the next video tomorrow. It's just a matter of waiting on these trading opportunities to play out, wait for the new ones to set up, and we'll see which way GBP NZD can go, if anywhere at all. If GBP NZD doesn't work out, we'll have another trading opportunity on GBP AUD. Eventually, at some point, GBP pairs will have like a little relief drop where they just finally, like they've been going up for so long, they just have like a tug back, like some sort of little sell off. It may not turn into a full downtrend, but it might be like enough of a sell-off for you to get out and make a little bit of a profit if you're selling at a resistance zone in the higher time frame. So I'm gonna be waiting on those. We don't know when or if it'll happen, but so far it's still looking pretty good, especially when you go to the weekly chart and you go out and zoom out on these pairs and you see that they are all still setting up pretty nicely, at least GBP NZD and GBP AUD. So we will see which way they go. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for all the support on the recent videos. Thank you for leaving comments and for liking it. And again, if you're not in my free Telegram channel, it's literally free. I've been sharing my trades live in there, my analysis, outlooks, insights, everything for the past 8 years. Since it's like summer of 2018, I've had that Telegram channel. I was using Telegram before people even knew what Telegram was, and I've had this exact channel in here with about 50,000 members that I've built over the course of the past 8 years. So again, link in the description in the pinned comment. It's completely free. If you don't find it useful, you can feel free to leave after you check it out. All right, see you guys in the next video. Cheers.